Hello and welcome to this breakdown of Doja Cat's new music video for Paint the Town Red. Now before I get this started, the first thing I want to say is that I like Doja Cat. I like this song. I like how whenever a Doja Cat song comes on, you just know it's her like immediately. Like, she's not generic at all. She's extremely special. She has her own special uniqueness. So a lot of people, when they see my breakdowns, for some reason they think that I'm against Doja Cat. I'm just going to give you the symbolic meaning of this music video. It doesn't mean that I believe in it. It doesn't mean that you have to believe in it. It's just what I think Doja Cat meant. All right, so I think that there's 3 different levels to this music video. The first one is, I think that it is basically her leaning into controversy. It's leaning into what people say about her. It's leaning into this idea. Like, I just saw this video today that some YouTuber put out that was like, Doja Cat's career's over now because of the way that she treats her fans and so on. This kind of like, you know, clickbaity, money grubbing, hate on the celebrity, you know, culture that we live in now. She's kind of leaning into that, and she's saying like, I literally don't care what you say about me. You know, I'm treating my fans the way that I want to treat my fans. Like, my real fans know who I am, and they know what I mean by this. So if you want to demonize me and if you want to call me the devil, then go ahead and do that. But there's also more symbolism in this. There's tarot card symbolism. We know that Doja likes the tarot decks. Like, we saw in You Right, the music video for You Right, at one point she's flipping out cards, and these are tarot cards. So here, when we see this Grim Reaper, and he's carrying the Sith, it reminded me right away of the Death card from the tarot deck. Now, the Death card doesn't mean dying, as you might suspect, although it can mean that in some cases. But what it normally means is a great change. And so I think what she's representing by having this Grim Reaper in the music video and dancing up on him and, you know, showing him some love is that it's representing that she leans into change. She's embracing change. She doesn't want to do the things that she did before. She doesn't want to, you know, even relate to her fans the way she did before. She doesn't even want to keep hair on her head. Like, she just wants to do what she wants to do. She wants to focus on herself and being what is her truth in that moment. And for her, she embraces change no matter what the cost is. Whatever's gonna happen. Like, at one point in the music video, she even throws meat at the camera and she says, I don't even need fame anymore. She's saying, like, she's kind of past all of these things that she sees as superficial, and she just wants to be herself. Okay, so now lastly, I saw some other kind of symbolism, like some stuff that we could see from the Bible. One of the most obvious things here that's biblical is that when Doja Cat is wearing red, and like, this is called Paint the Town Red, right? She's dressed like, and she's embodying the spirit of something called the Whore of Babylon. So the Whore of Babylon is a symbolic feature that's mentioned in the book of Revelations. So the Whore of Babylon is associated with the beast from Revelations that comes at the end times, in the apocalypse of the world. Not maybe the best thing to represent, but like I said before, this can be symbolic. This could be how she's shown in the media or how she's viewed by certain people. It doesn't mean it's literal. We see that Doja Cat, she cuts her eye out, and the one eye sign is something that we often associate with secret societies and so on. And Doja Cat has gone on record saying that she likes to troll people about the, you know, secret societies. Now, she says that. Who knows if she's just saying that or if she's really in one. I don't really care, but that's definitely the symbolism of the eyeball, is the symbolism of the, you know, the Illuminati, probably. As the eyes are hanging down, we see Doja Cat land on this big devil. And so we could imagine that the idea of cutting one's eyes out, this is biblical. Now, a lot of people are going to say that the Antichrist is blind in one eye. But actually, the blind in one eye thing is about the right eye. And she very clearly takes out her left eye in this. There are also a lot of verses in the Bible that are positive about having one eye. Like, Jesus says that if your eye is single, then your body will be filled with light. In Matthew 18:9, Jesus says, if one eye causes you to sin, then gouge it out. So obviously there's there's symbolism on both sides. But since Doja falls down and she's riding on this like demon looking guy, and the demon is so big, I've got to assume that this is the real devil. She's calling herself the devil in the song, but I think what she means by that in this music video, not in her life necessarily, but in this music video, she's portraying someone that's allowing the devil to control her, allowing the devil to carry her with him. And she's like rejoicing in this. She's feeling ecstasy. This would kind of, to me, mean that the cutting out of the eye is selling one's soul to the devil and then reveling in it and really enjoying one's time, you know, that the devil is giving them for selling their soul. And I think that this is further shown when later she goes and she rings this bell and she's got these huge pieces of meat. I think what this symbolizes is that there's some kind of beast. Like sometimes you read these old folklore stories about a beast that would help people in a village or something, but they would have to feed it lots of meat. Maybe I'm just making that up, but I swear there's a story like that. I'll have to check it out. If I find it, I'll put it up there. But anyway, what this I think represents is how if you do sell your soul to the devil or to a demon or something, that demon is going to expect something for you. And so the meat could represent doing the actions of the devil or doing other sinful things. Furthermore, when she returns her eyeball at the end, she like mixes something in a cup, which leads me to believe that her character back in like the real world, before she takes her eye out, is some kind of evil witch or something like that. And she's using her eyeball being like sent on this kind of like interdimensional journey to hell or something, was some way for her to get some magical stuff for her potion, which she is mixing later, which just furthers the mystique and the witchiness of this music video. You also might be wondering why her demon-looking lover is missing one of his horns when they're together and then it drops on the ground and breaks. Well, it says in the Bible in Psalm 75:10, "And all the horns of the wicked he will cut off, but the horns of the righteous will be lifted up." So maybe this just further represents that they are in hell and that because the man was wicked, his horn was cut off. But if you have any more ideas about this, I would love to know in the comments below. If you want to know the meanings of all Doja Cat music videos, just, you know, a little while after they come out, I always keep an eye out for them. Pun intended. So hit the subscribe button down below, and then you'll know all of the meanings just a few hours after they drop. Thanks so much for watching this today. If you enjoyed the video, please do hit the like button. And if you really enjoyed it and you want to know more about Doja Cat and other music videos and movies and so on in the future, please do subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.